Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss Book 9 in the Goosebumps original series by R.L. Stine. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. This came out July 93, 137 pages long. I think that's what I just read. 136 pages long, excuse me. So, this is neat because this is the first story with a very important twist at the end in this series moving forward, right? So this is the 9th book. Now, this book is about camp, right? So there's this kid, Billy. He's going to this sleepaway camp for the first time called Camp Night Moon. Camp Night Moon has a boys' camp and a girls' camp on two sides of a river. So boys and girls are on the same bus. I think it's 18 boys to 4 girls for the original trip that they're driving. Bus driver lets them off in this one particular random area. Another bus picks them up. They go to the different camps respectively. So a lot of spooky stuff happens, right? What are these random creatures just lurking through the woods, right? They look like wolves, but they look like cats, but like they're on their hind legs. So like, what are they? What's going on? Why is there constant bear attacks? Or is it creature attacks? Or is it these random bipedal animal attacks? So as the week is progressing, right, and the days are going, some weird stuff is happening. Like campers are disappearing, and the counselors have no explanation in regards to A, where they went, B, they're just denying that they were ever there to begin with, and C, why is there no actual explanation? So Billy's trying to figure some stuff out. He knows not to go to this particular, abandoned bunk. He knows to do certain things at certain times, follow the regiment of camp, right? So when his bunkmates start to disappear, and then it's denied that they existed, the new bunkmates come. He's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So he knows that visitors' weekend's coming up. He wants to make sure his letters are getting to his parents, but then he finds a whole sack of mail that was undelivered in the main office. So weird stuff, right? Weird, spooky stuff. So eventually, as the story progresses, there's a canoe trip. He has to save his counselor, Larry, who he thinks is drowning because he falls overboard. And then the other 2 campers mysteriously disappear for days. And then Uncle Al, who's the camp director, forces everybody onto this surprise, special hike right in the morning before the sun even wakes up, the following day. And so they'll go down, and he says, all right, listen, so 2 girls escaped from the girls' cabin, and here are these rifles with tranquilizer darts, and we're going to hunt them down in the woods. Mind you, Billy had plans with these 2 girls to meet up to then escape because girls from the girls' camp are disappearing as well. Nobody can give an explanation. So Billy says, absolutely not. Holds the rifle up to the director with the tranquilizer dart in it, shoots it, thinking he's going to stop him, saying, no, I'm not going to hunt these girls in the woods. You're crazy. So the gun goes pop, and then everybody, starts to congratulate him because he passed. He passed the test. Turns out it was a whole government experiment test the entire time that his parents set up because his parents are explorers. And in order for a kid to go along, he has to pass a very specific regimental test. He needs to follow orders, aka not go into that abandoned bunk. He needs to show bravery, aka saving the camp counselor. And then A, B, and C. 3. 1, 2, and 3, A, B, and C. The third aspect of passing the test would be to know when to not follow orders, to follow the morality aspect, not the order aspect. So, and then that would be I'm not hunting down these girls, you've lost your mind, I'm going to shoot you instead. So, very interesting, because then his parents come out and everybody's congratulating him, and it's now making sense, but it was just terrifying for him the entire time. And it turns out they're all aliens, that they live in a far-off universe, and the parents are assigned to go now explore Earth, and Earth is very dangerous and weird and, unpredictable. So they want to make sure that their son can pass these tests to be trained properly. That way he can be with them and they don't have to worry about him. So, bro, what a twist at the end with the last 3 pages, the last 4 pages. So the last book we talked about had a nice twist at the last 2-3 pages. This book has an amazing twist at the last 2-3 pages. So that's what's really cool about R.L. Stine's writing, is sometimes it's very straightforward. This house is haunted, there are ghosts. This toy is filled with monster blood, and it's continuous, and then it's witchcraft and stuff. But then other stuff is very twist ending at the end. So It's very surprising. It's very unpredictable as to how a story can go. Is it straightforward? Is it a twist ending? Is it a dream? It could be anything. So that's what's really cool about the Goosebumps stories, the original Goosebumps stories that we're reading, the original 62 books in this series. It's just anything can happen. It could go either way. It's unpredictable. They're very quick, holds the attention. They're not boring. They're not frustrating. My only concern with the last review we talked about was the Girl Who Cried Monster, was the cover art didn't match the character description. This particular cover art matches the character description. There is a tenting scene. There's this creature thing lurking in the woods. It says it's the Little Camp of Horrors, which is a little nod to the Little Shop of Horrors. So I have no problem with this cover art. This cover art is beautiful. Matches the description, matches the story. Wonderful story, very quick, very fun. Brings me back to my camp days. That was an actual camp, not the fake government testing that was going on for this. But yes, book 9 in the Goosebumps franchise from R.L. Stine, the original Goosebumps franchise. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.